Alright guys, so I know it's been a long time since we've done a video, but I want to cover momentum trading. So I know usually we do a lot of support resistance, and this stuff doesn't really work so well in the bull market. And we can kind of go over why, and I'll go over just a few examples here of kind of what I'm looking for. So I think the big thing you'll notice is, let's just go to something like this, and we'll pull up the squirrel moving averages. So you guys all have access to this. And you can just pull these up here. Now, what am I looking for when I look at something like this? So we'll go in a bit, maybe we can go to like a longer chart here. Perfect, okay. So when you really have something super bullish, and this is what you guys are gonna find, is that it just won't break down, right? So when you have something like this, if you guys look, we can see it's just kind of rejecting off these averages, right? We're just trending down, there's really no strength. And in, throughout here, right, we're kind of just trying to reclaim these, and we don't, right? We can't until we get to here, right? And then we kind of see it sort of, I don't want to say like getting stuck, but it won't break above and it won't break below. And then we kind of get this breakout here. And when the trend is super bull, as you guys will notice with something like this, it's just going to ride these EMAs. And they're going to provide a really good bid until they eventually break down. And that's kind of what I saw with Sol yesterday, but I was wrong. When you have these kind of like lower high, triple high type thing, and you're just grinding on these EMAs, eventually you are going to break down. But let's look at the alternative. Something like this is really bullish, right? You have a level, you have a stop run, right? But at the same time, this won't actually ever close below any of the moving averages, right? This is just bouncing up all the way across. And this is, we can go as low time frame as we want. It's really not going to matter. It's just going to refuse to break down at all, right? It's not going to give you an entry. You'll wick lower, but you're just going to ride these averages pretty much all the way across, right? It literally never breaks down, maybe for a second here, but the minute you reclaim it, right, it's back to up only. And then finally, when you really start to see this higher time frame breakdown, right, which is all of this, you're holding it, but lower highs, that's when you can finally observe this breakdown. And when you see this loss of momentum, that's probably when I would say, yeah, not worth it. Obviously, right, you break above here, not a bad look. But when you have kind of grinding on these averages and lower highs, that's not the structure I want to see. It's this structure where you're just grinding up, right? This is equal lows, mixed lows, something like this, though, is really just consistently higher lows. You have one wick, but this is just trading above here. It doesn't actually give you an entry. We'll kind of see the same thing with XRP, right? This is just super clean, right? It's just going to ride this trend literally all the way across. It doesn't matter how I draw this. I can go on a 15-minute chart, right? And at the end of the day, it's just going to look the same, where the more I zoom in, right, every single low is higher than the last. There are no dips and only bullish market structure, right? This is when you trend ride, because this will never give you an entry. And this is the kind of trading that I do suck at, I admit. I do not do this very often because it's not my thing, but it does work. Because really all you'd have to do is just take a long at any point along the EMA and just wait, right? And then again, we're seeing that kind of breakdowny structure, right, where we have this upper high here. You have this low down here. And yeah, this to me is quite interesting. It looks like the XRP trade actually got filled, so that is pretty fire. It looks like, I'll have to see what it went to on perps, but I think I got filled. Nice. Yeah, so again, you're kind of seeing this lower high here. And if it does go lower, this is not going to not look great. But again, it's just the fact we're riding these EMAs. And this is the kind of structure you want to look for all the way across. Take a long on the EMA and just simply put a stop if it breaks down, right? Again, these all look the same. So you have a massive resistance level, right? And the price is grinding up trying to fight it. But again, even if we have these structure breaks, we don't ever lose the trend. And then when we get above resistance, right, we just giga ride the trend all the way up. So at any point with all of these, you can take a trade and just say, if it closes below the green line with any force, I'm just out, right? And that's kind of the way I would trade in this market when you're just having these grinds up. I wouldn't do it here because, to me, you've already started to lose the structure. But yeah, I think this is a great way for people to trade if you're not really looking to be too precise. you will get a lot of entries, and it does work. I mean, at the end of the day, if you just want to keep longing the trend, it is going to work, right? Something like this, again, a bit messier, but again, it just doesn't really break down, right? You are just hugging these averages, and when you do break above for that last time there, that's going to give you the fuel for higher. And these all kind of look the same, if I'm being honest, right? And again, yeah. So we're just hugging that moving average, right? We never break down, and then we just pump all the way higher, and it just continues, right? It just continues. We hold on, we hold on, we hold on. So I did give you guys access to these tools. You guys can use them yourself. And again, all I would do is find some aggressive asset like this, place my stop well below these averages so I don't get wicked out like this. But if it has a strong close below, I would just cut it. Thank you guys for coming out. That's going to be pretty much wrapping up this video. Not really too much to momentum trading. Just make sure you have momentum on both, a lower time frame here and a higher time frame there. And that's pretty much all you need. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I will catch you in the next one.